Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program called Tarot Your Love Story for October 2019. This is for you coming from Leo. So let me first give you my email address, which is andyhoro9, ANDIHORO 9, the number 9, andyhoro9 at gmail.com. Now, the first card that I pull for you coming from Leo will be for the first 15 days of October. And I don't like this card at all. It says if you find a new romance, you will very quickly come under the control and be made use of by this romance person that you might feel that you might meet in the first 15 days of October. So you need definitely to understand the intentions of this person and not give yourself too quickly into the whims and fancies of this person. Because this is a person who is very dominating and wishes to control you. So, not a good card for you in finding a new romance in the first 15 days of October. And what about an ongoing romance that you might find? Well, this is a card of deception. So, the ongoing romance partner you will have to, for the first 15 days of October, play the detective role. Be suspicious. You may want to ask questions, or you may silently look at the habits of this ongoing romance partner you have. I don't like this card because it says that you're going to find out and be very disappointed about whatever you find out about your romance partner that you're having in the first 15 days. So, not a good card at all. Marriage and family areas. Let's see what this card says for you. Well, this is a much better card, except try not to be the warrior. And if your husband or wife is the warrior, then play the game, take the soft approach, be flexible, be negotiable. You will tame this card because this is the card of ego. So is you listening to me. So this message is meant for you. Don't let your ego get bigger than your head. Otherwise, you'll have difficulties in your marriage areas, and it will be regretful what you say and what you do. So say less and do less. It's only 15 days of first 15 days of October that we're talking about. Now let's go to the last 16 days of October for you coming from Leo, and let's see what happens. We're going to talk about a romance that you may find in the last 16 days of October. Well, it's a mixed card. It's a mixed card. You may meet somebody who is going to be very helpful for you, yet you will meet somebody who is very different from you. So there are the two worlds now. And if you fancy this person very much, then you have to make up your mind to have a lot of give and take with this person and to be very flexible and to be very negotiable with this person. If you feel that this person is a little bit too strong for you in this person's own ideas, then give it a break and stay out of this new romance for the last 16 days of October. Now, what about your ongoing romance? Well, this is a better card. And it says there is shelter for your ongoing romance, which means that any problems can find solutions. That's the main thing. So you will be able to find solutions and you'll be able to then create a better atmosphere in your ongoing romance. Now, what about marriage and family for the last 16 days? And let's see for you coming from Leo what this card says. Marriage and family. Well, marriage and family areas are very touchy. There is disagreement and there's agreement. So it's going to be fluctuating like that in the last 16 days. And I find this card slightly negative in the sense that whatever you say is going to somehow be misconstrued into miscommunication or bad intentions. So say less and do less in these last 16 days where your marriage is concerned. Looking for solutions won't be very easy. And if you find that your marriage partner is again imposing on you, well, you have got two choices. One is to be very flexible. Tell yourself it's only the last 16 days of October. Or the other is to stand up and state your point as well, because this card also gives you the authority of finding solutions. So it's a very touchy card, and make the best use of it by putting your point across as nicely as possible. And now I'm going to talk to you about your lucky ages, you coming from Leo. There'll be certain people in the month of October where romance and marriage is concerned. And what are the ages going to be? Well, this is a card of Gemini and the card of Leo. So I'm going to say that if you happen to be the ages of 16 or 25 or 34 or 43 or 52 or 61 or 70, you're going to be one very lucky person in the month of October, finding the romance, making your ongoing romance wonderfully happy, talking about ongoing long-term things like marriage. And also, if you're already married, this is also a good card that shows the bonding is going to take place very nicely. So you've got good news there for you if you're of these ages. And if you're not of these ages, you will need to see me one day. See me one day. Now I'm going to pull another card just to see what ages can you have to be cautious about. So I'm going to look at it from the opposite view. And from this card, it says that people you meet whose ages are 15 or 24 or 33 or 42 or 51 or 60 or 69, they may easily find conflict with you in the whole month of October. Conflict in the areas of romance or marriage. So keep that in mind. Now about your lucky colors, and let's see what lucky color you can have from this card from here. Well, it's the color of wood. It's a card of wood. So I'm going to say that light brown would be something you should wear in this month of October. It'll make your aura shine where romance and marriage is concerned. And now about a direction. Well, there are 9 planets surrounded us, and we on Earth, when we look left or right or straight or back, we are going to find some planet we are looking at. And for the month of October, which is your lucky direction to be inspired when you look at it? From this card, I'm going to go for North. So it's the card of North, the card of control, and the direction of control for you, a very lucky direction. So face north as much as you can in the month of October, and you'll just draw a lot of romantic energy, stability to marriage kind of energy as well. Now, who could you be attached to in the month of October? There'll be somebody, and from this card, I'm going to say it shows very plainly signs of Venus and Mercury. So I'm going to say that the chances of you finding an attachment and attraction to somebody in terms of romance or even your marriage partner would be somebody from Gemini. So somebody from Gemini wants to play a part in your life, and when you meet that somebody, it could be from your place of work or something to do with business or something to do financially as well. So that's very nice news for you there. Now, something new about whether PM or AM would be bad or don't worry about the name of the card, the devil. But what it shows here is nighttime. So I would say that from 12 noon until 12 midnight is when you can find the attraction to find a romance partner or meet one or make your ongoing romance partner lucky or happy. So that's how it works for you. Now I have a 90-minute session, and during these 90 minutes, I'm going to talk to you about your next 7, 8, or 9 years. And that's going to be based on your date of birth, your time of birth, looking at your palms. And I'll give you a lot of information, your personal lucky lottery numbers, your lucky colors, your lucky days, your lucky gemstones, your lucky directions, on and on. And with all this information, you'll get your next 7, 8, or 9 years perfectly right. And I'll show you how to reach into that supernatural energy that you have within you. Some call it the soul, some call it the guide, some call it that force of energy which we have. I will show you how to use it and how to be inspired by it. And so send me this email at andyhoro9, ANDIHORO 9, the number 9 at gmail.com. And I'll come back to you as soon as I can. Until then, have a good month of October. Thank you and goodbye.